Good evening, everybody. Guten Abend zusammen. How are we all doing? Thank you very much for joining us here this evening for the Monday Livestream with Marc and Mett. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Marc Shuttle. I am the head of video here at wXw. And please say hi to us in the comments. Tell us where you're watching from on this beautiful Monday evening. And we'll get to some of the wrestling action very, very shortly. That should start in about 15 minutes time. But we want to hear from you. How are you doing? Are you excited for the events coming up this weekend? Two huge events. Drive of Champions in Oberhausen, followed by a double taping of Fight Forever in Gelsenkirchen. But before we get through to all that, let me introduce to you, as always, my co-host for the evening, the one, the only, thankfully, Moberg, Mett Dimassi. Mett, how you doing?
Thankfully?
Yes.
Well, I don't blame you. I think more two of me would be too much for this world. It's like dividing by zero.
I mean, one of you is too many for this world, but
that's
just the problem we have to live with.
This guy, I love you too, Marc. You know what? People might not know it, but you are, in fact, my best friend on this planet. I'm sleeping over tonight.
No. Why?
Why not?
No, not happening.
All right, apart from your nightmares of me sleeping over, how are you doing?
Fine. It has been a busy day. Obviously, there's a lot to do this week because, as I mentioned, we got two huge events coming up this weekend. You must be excited.
Oh, come on. As if I'm ever not excited for professional wrestling, especially with the weekend we're going to have in Oberhausen. Woo! Man, Drive of Champions. I'm not. I'm just, I can't. I'm just making noises I never knew I had to make.
Yeah, those were definitely some noises.
Yeah.
Well, we got a couple of comments here. We have Dan, as always. Dan, how are you doing, my friend? Great to see you here. Thank you for joining us once again.
Hope we're having a hot day. What kind of wish is that? That's horrible.
I mean, it has. Yeah, it has been insanely warm. Like, me and Mett were just discussing before we went live here how I've had to close up the window in my office because it's really noisy on the street outside here this evening. And I've got my fan going up full blast but pointed away from me so it doesn't mess with the audio. So I'm probably going to get very sweaty.
Oh, that'll be funny. If you're
evening.
Watching this after the fact when it's already live, just jump straight to the end and see how red he becomes because I'm kind of curious. That'll probably be really funny.
No. And we have MZ Nenzo join us from the Netherlands. Thank you very much for joining us here this evening. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great day.
Oh,
and Virgil is here.
Yeah, have a great evening, lads. I'm a lad now.
You are definitely not a lad.
Oh,
Absolutely not.
What entails a lad? Like, who made you died and made you the lad police?
We're not even going to get into that discussion right now. Virgil, how are you doing, my friend? And Dan says he's doing great. Some people do prefer it hot. That is true. I definitely prefer the warmer weather. But, you know, when it's almost like uncomfortable to walk around outside, maybe not so much.
You're allowed to be wrong. You know, just also I'll say. You're allowed to have your very wrong opinions.
Thank you for sharing.
Ja, wir können dich auch natürlich grüßen. Guten Tag. He's saying asking if we could say hi to him as well. Hello, Jan.
Yeah. Guten Abend, Jan.
Oh wow, you've gotten better.
Marginally.
I didn't say a lot better. I just said better.
No. yeah, I'll accept that.
You know what's getting really, really a lot better? It's having a weekend with professional wrestling again. Drive of Champions right around the corner.
Yes.
My God.
Yes. Guys, tell us, what are you looking forward to most at Drive of Champions? I mean, there's so much to look forward to. And, you know, I have to mention the main event, Mike D, Shigehiro Irie, for the Unified World Wrestling Championship. Wow, that's going to be something special.
Hey, if the words of Mike D beforehand talking to Dan Malman were any kind of indication, we're about to have exactly the kind of match I love. So it's going to be explosive, monstrous, a titanic clash, as the video that recently came out to the hype package that came out. Very well done, by the way.
Thank you very much. But yeah, like to me, what I touched on briefly in that package, what's really interesting is like how different these two men's paths have been in wXw. Shigehiro Irie, the man has been through multiple 16-karat gold tournaments, and it took him years to finally reach, the pinnacle of European wrestling, not just to win 16-karat, but to become the Unified World Wrestling Champion. But Mike D, he made his debut at Inner Circle the night before 16 Carat, and, in the course of just a few short matches, found himself as the #1 contender for the championship. Like, it couldn't be more polar opposite.
It was still at 16 Karat Gold weekend where he won the #1 contendership as well, so it was, when you think about it, it was his first event with wXw. So the man is explosive, and I'll tell you what, I would never underestimate or count out Shiggy, but my God, Mike D's a monster. He's the kind of monster we haven't seen in a while.
Yes, absolutely. And as well, I saw it posted online today, mentioned by Hiro, who's, a Japanese wrestling journalist. If Shiggy wins this one, and, I as much as I'm a fan of Mike D, I'm pulling for Shiggy. Shiggy will return to Japan as the wXw Unified World Wrestling Champion. And, knowing just how much Germany and wXw and European wrestling as a whole means to Shiggy, I firmly believe he's going to do all he can to beat Mike D, retain that title, and return to his homeland, the conquering hero.
Hey, I would love to see Shigehiro Irie defend that title in Japan as well for all across Japan. I can't say. I mean, obviously I would miss having the Unified Championship on European soil, but
yeah,
what an incredible story it would be for Shiggy if he can manage to take that jewel that he's been running after for so long all the way back to Japan with him.
And there are some insane matches, some phenomenal contenders out there. And I'm sure, they're going to keep their eye on this match, and they're going to be queuing up for a shot of Shiggy in that belt. So. Oh,
yeah, it's probably the last time they're going to be betting on Shiggy.
Yeah, potentially. But obviously, as said, he's got a huge challenge ahead of him in Mike D. We're going to have to wait and see what happens there. Also, 2 out of 3 falls tag match, Only Friends against the Arrows of Hungary for the tag team championships.
That's going to be a barn burner, if I were to use that term. A barn burner. It's just going to set everything ablaze. 2 out of 3 falls with those teams and that pedigree. Just the incredible pedigree of the Arrows of Hungary and their incredible career so far. Mm-hmm. And the blazing hot momentum that the Only Friends have been on, and the blazing hot run. I couldn't guess. Like, if I were a betting man, which I might possibly be, I would definitely be very wary about who I put my money on.
Okay, I would never have had you down as a betting man, but okay. Also, championship action, shotgun title match. Lawrence Roman defending against Patrick Cyborg.
That is going to be incredible. I remember when the conversation was Patrick Cyborg is going to have a match at Ambition. I remember I said specifically on this stream, don't sleep on the man. The man is very talented, and he comes in. Even Felix Kohlenberg mentioned it on Twitter. It might be the most successful debut in wXW history to come in and beat somebody of the level of Icarus in I believe about 5 minutes or so. So imagine that coming in, and then second match, just what comes in takes the Shotgun Championship away from Lawrence Roman. Wow, what a start! Because we're talking about Mike D and what an incredible career he's building for himself at wXW so early on.
Yeah.
Patrick Cyborg is still in that conversation of Rookie of the Year, if that's what you want to have.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, last week I got an interesting message from Patrick. He invited me up to Fight Club Gelsenkirchen, had a message for Lawrence Roman he wanted me to film. Now, unfortunately, I actually have no idea what the hell the man said. Mein Deutsch ist wirklich scheiße. Mett, could you please share for me and anyone else here who might struggle with the German language what Patrick had to say to Roman?
Sorry, I can't get over that statement every time.
True.
Patrick basically what he said is what an incredible time it is to be alive, to be able to follow this dream of his to become, you know, to take part in professional wrestling, and what a statement, and what a way to cap off this incredible moment in his life where he's finally getting to pursue his dreams.
Yeah.
But by going to Drive of Champions and taking that championship away from the Pitbull of Ambos, wrestling it away from him, how incredible would that be? And that's more or less there you go. Come on, I feel like you got something very.
Well, do you know what? I just had the thought, and this could be big. This could be exciting. Potentially, Ambos could be walking out of Drive of Champions with 0 championships.
I mean, I wouldn't say it is definitely a possibility, but knowing Ambos, you know, I still am very wary with making that guess. However, it is a very interesting, like, what an implosion it would be if they come out losing, having lost both championships. Yeah,
they lose those tag titles, they lose that shotgun title, they have nothing. Where do they go from there? I mean, you know, they've dominated the landscape since their, you know, inception 1 year ago. Might be nice to see them humbled somewhat at Drive of Champions.
Yeah, they might be humbled. I'll tell you who else gets humbled in another match that we have at Drive of Champions, Peter Tihani versus Tristan Archer.
Yes, really excited for this one. I believe this is possibly even our first time ever match. I can't recall seeing these two guys go at it before. I could be wrong there.
I could be wrong as well, but I believe so as well. But it's a very important fork in the road for both of these men, in my opinion.
Yeah. Tristan, you know, he's somewhat been directionless to an extent since losing the Unified World Wrestling Championship. And Tihani, you know, the best of 5 series against Axel wasn't quite going the way he wanted. And, you know, he hasn't quite found a way to start building up wins and momentum in the way he's really wanted to after 16 Carat. But, you know, a win over a former Unified Champion could be exactly what he needs to get his career back on track right now.
And, of course, as we also know, it's already been announced, the best of 5 series continues starting from Shortcut to the Top, right?
Yes.
So, you know, with Oberhausen coming up, and then we have one more event in Frankfurt. Before then, that'll be very important for him to walk in having gotten as many wins. He's strung up about 3 victories, I believe, in the past 3 events, which is great for him. But, you know, he's going to need to keep stringing those wins along if he's going to beat Axel Tischer. And I believe Shortcut to the Top could be his best opportunity of beating Axel Tischer, who's out with injury for so long. So, as good as he is, the ring rust affects us all. So,
another match which was just announced this week, something I'm really excited by. Fast Time Mudo going up against Alice Inc. 2 martial arts specialists. This is going to be exciting.
Hey, they're going to kick hard. I'm really glad I'm not sitting in the front row because you guys are going to be covered in broken teeth and spit.
Yes, pretty much. That's going to be a hard-hitting match. Plus, the return of the rotation. I don't believe this match has been announced yet. But, you know, regardless, I'm excited to see the rotation back in the ring, flying around like only he can. That's going to be fun. Super pleased for that guy.
Yeah, so here's an experiment. All of you in the chat, tell us just how excited you guys are to see the rotation be back. I know I'm excited to see him back. There's, you know, just for myself training at the academy, one of my coaches, one of the people that I've somebody that I very much respect and admire. Yeah. And other than that, one of the nicest people on the planet. So it'll be really incredible to see him back in the WXW ring.
Absolutely. And don't forget, tons of Fight Forever action coming up on Sunday at the Wrestling Academy. There's been a reconfiguration to our event, so if you haven't already got a ticket, there's even more tickets on sale, and we're not going to be in the small room we're usually in, especially with the current heat, the current temperatures, so it's going to be a lot more comfortable for everyone. There's extra tickets on sale, and, we've had, a bunch of great talent from CZW over training with us. A lot of those will be in action on Sunday at the Fight Club Gelsenkirchen for Fight Forever. Don't miss it. But speaking of the Wrestling Academy, we're going to get into this matchup. And, over the last couple of weeks, Matt, I've said just how impressed I am with the talent that's been coming out of the Academy. We saw 2 impressive debuts from Destin Forte and Aaron. And now we've got another 4 wrestlers tag team action. Are you excited?
I'm always excited for some good old tag team wrestling.
Well, let's do it. Let's get to the action.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hier weiter mit einem Tag Team Match, angesetzt für einen Fall.
And how can you not be excited when this man's in competition at the wXw Academy?
Auf dem Weg zum Ring aus Team Nummer 1. Er ist 1,70 Meter groß, 80 Kilogramm schwer. Aus München, Feyyaz Aguila.
There we
Feyyaz,
have.
yeah, undoubtedly you hear the crowd there, and he's one of the most popular talents to have come out of the Academy. Someone we don't see super often here on our YouTube shows or on our main roster events, but a man who's impressing all over Europe. And I'm sure in this tag match he's looking to impress and make his way to the main wXw roster.
Und sein Partner. Ist 1,84 Meter groß, 100 Kilogramm schwer, aus Frankfurt, der Ausnahmeathlet David Adili.
And one hell of an exceptional athlete in the corner of Feyyaz Aguila in David Adili. The young man from Frankfurt is looking to make a name for himself here at the wXw Academy. And just looking at that physique, he might have a really good chance of doing that here tonight.
Absolutely, this guy is in incredible shape. A man who's been wrestling for many years now. We haven't seen him often in wXw Academy matches. And as we already said about Feyyaz, I'm sure Adili is looking to impress just as much as anyone else in this contest.
Gesamtgewicht von 177 Kilogramm aus Budapest, Ungarn, the Soldier of Fortune, Hunyadi Tamas, und aus Warschau, Polen, the Perfect Man, Jacob Crane.
And as you said, David Adili is somebody we haven't seen much of at wXw, a face that we might have seen a bit more often than we would have liked. Jacob Crane, the self-proclaimed perfect man, making his way to the ring, flanked by the Soldier of Fortune from Hungary, Hunyadi Tamas.
I mean, Matt, I think it's not out of line to say that Jacob Crane is potentially the most annoying man in wXw.
I don't think the annoying man has as much a clang as the perfect man, but
I mean, I'm not sure he'd agree.
Seemingly trying to bully one of our fans with glasses.
Yep. Always arguing with the fans. He's so full of himself. And I'm not sure why. This man has one of the least impressive win-loss records I have ever seen.
Today's a very good opportunity to increase that win tally for him. As I said, flanked by Hunyadi Tamas, a no-nonsense competitor. The Soldier of Fortune has proven many a times that he's a very apt and capable competitor.
And Jacob Crane endearing himself to the wXw fans as always.
Oh,
Charming individual that he is.
Well, charm aside, charm is not going to help him through this match against Feyyaz Aguila, who's picked up a lot of experience around Europe. And David Adili.
The wXw fans, always there to remind Jacob Crane of his proudest moment.
I believe Jacob Crane might wake up with night sweats.
I hope he does. I really genuinely hope he does.
As we see now in the chat, no, Jan, this is not live from Gelsenkirchen. This is Oberhausen from the Academy event. And the match can now officially begin. Feyyaz Aguila beginning the match for his team. Jacob Crane, the Jabbermouth, on the other side. And there you see Feyyaz taking exception to... Oh, there's
Feyyaz going straight for the body slam, and Crane is not happy.
There you go, asking how can you compare? Yeah, looks like it's going to be getting... Oh!
I mean, I'm not surprised at all. Did anyone really believe that Crane was going for a test of strength there?
Well, it seems Aguila might have, but he has had very little experience with Crane so far. There's trickery.
I mean, you call it trickery. It's just underhanded. It's cheating. It's unsportsmanlike. It's everything a professional wrestler shouldn't be, Matt.
Jacob Crane will disagree with you there, but I'll tell you what, he can't disagree with that arm drag from Aguila. He's now picking up some steam.
Feyyaz firing up there.
And the young man from München. Crane caught him there with that leg. Crane seeking a clothesline. Caught here, backslide from
Could be
Aguila.
over already. No.
Feyyaz picks him up. Down with a hellacious suplex there into the cover here for Feyyaz, but a kick out from Jacob Crane.
And you know Crane felt the full force of that one. You saw the way he come up clutching his back.
The impact of a suplex there fully felt on the spine of Jacob Crane. Feyyaz Aguila, good wherewithal there to stand between Crane and his partner. Whipping him into the ropes, caught their tag team action. And the man from Frankfurt, Adili, now in this match as the legal man as he goes for the cover here after a drop kick. Kick out there by Jacob Crane. Quickly makes the tag for...
Desperation tag there. And Tamas, he might want to turn around.
Well, he did, but gave Adili a little too focused on Jacob Crane there.
Fantastic variation on an arm drag there. Phenomenal skill from David Adili.
There you see the exceptional athlete grabbing the hair is Tamas, but the power and impact of Adili too much for the Soldier of Fortune, Mark.
Soldier of Fortune not feeling so fortunate right now as he eats a body slam. He goes for the cover. Only one.
Quick kick out there by Tamas, but you see just the impact it had on his lower back there. As Adili into this suplex position upwards.
Oh, wow, look at that. That's impressive. Feyyaz with the tag there.
Not only holds him up, but moves him to the corner for the tag. And now Feyyaz into the ropes and back with a lovely clothesline there into the cover here for against Hunyadi Tamas kick out.
I'm not sure Feyyaz quite got hold of that. could have been all over if he'd hit that full force. But he could be going for another here. Is he thinking the same again? I have to say, I'm a big fan of Feyyaz, but I feel like he's wasting a lot of time playing to this audience here.
Yeah, he spent too long there. Crane came in with the interception there. Right into the eyes. I believe the fingers were in the face of Feyyaz, which allowed the switch into the... Oh, he had grabbed a handful of beard. That was it. Handful of beard leading to the neck breaker. And now you see Crane taking advantage of the distraction here. Sending him straight into the ring. And these are the underhanded tactics you'll have with the Soldier of Fortune and the Perfect Man on one team.
Yeah, I'm not impressed.
I'll tell you what, it might not be impressive, but it seems to be effective right now. Feyyaz in a heap of trouble now. After Adili had control of this match for a good while.
And the way that Tamas there hooked that arm to prevent Feyyaz from fighting out. Great wrestler, I can't deny that. I just don't appreciate the way they're going about getting the advantage in many situations in this match, and Feyyaz could be out with the force of that kick.
A kick straight to the spine of Feyyaz as Jacob Crane takes a minute to bask in the glory of what he's done.
This man is far from limitless. And I'm really not sure what Crane's doing here. But
a little too distracted there with the referee. A little too much jawjacking. Allows Feyyaz to... Oh my goodness, what a lariat there. Into the cover. This just may well be it. Kick out. Kick out by Aguila. And Crane frustrated, as he should be. That momentary distraction, that argument with the referee almost cost them the match there.
Yeah, Crane really needs to stay focused if he actually wants to win this, but you know, I feel like this is a man who gets distracted by his own self-importance far too frequently.
Yeah, flawed his game a little too focused on the limelight and too little focus on his opponent. As you see there.
Eats a boot and a back elbow.
Caught there by Feyyaz, and Feyyaz mounting a comeback here against these two. Tag into Adili, the fresher man. Here comes the exceptional athlete. Lighting Crane. And now onto Hunyadi Tamas. What a drop kick.
This man is fired up.
That he is, a barrage of drop kicks. Onto both men in the corner. Oh, redirection there. Well done to notice Crane coming up behind him. And what does he have in store here? Climbing up to the top rope. Adili looking to take flight.
Wow. Double dropkick taking both men down. And this could be the opening that Feyyaz and Adili need to win this contest.
Into the cover here is Adili. Kick out here by Crane, but momentum has fully shifted towards Adili and Aguila. Jacob Crane in a dangerous position. Looking here for some tandem offense. What do they have in store? Here comes Feyyaz. What a close
heart attack style maneuver. Wow, that often these days, but Tamas with the save last second.
The match descending slowly into chaos here. All four men in the ring.
I thought that was all over there, man. I thought that was all over. I almost jumped out of my seat here.
May as well almost have been it. It looks like Tamas and Adili have both eliminated each other from the equation here. Feyyaz. Body slam, Seti. No. Crane out of the way into the perfect driver. Will he get it? Yes, he will. Crane, the perfect driver on Aguila, into the cover here for the win.
Die Sieger in diesem Match, Hunyadi Tamas und Jacob Crane.
Well, it could have all been over after that heart attack, but that save from Tamas completely turning the tide in the final moments of that contest. perfect driver from Jacob Crane secures the victory for his team here at the biggest wXw Wrestling Academy show ever.
And there you see Tamas, very disrespectful towards Feyyaz Aguila, as has been the case during this entire match.
Tamas und Jacob Crane konnten sich den Pinfall sichern.
With a victory here for the perfect man and the soldier of fortune.
Yeah. They proved an effective tandem. As much as I maybe might not like to admit it, Crane and Tamas effective. They're getting that win. And as Dan says, guess the win-loss record ain't that bad anymore. I mean, it's certainly improved. I wouldn't say it's now looking positive in any way. Would you, Matt?
I mean, 2 to 100 or 3 to 100.
Yeah.
It's your pick.
Yeah.
It's definitely, but not to take anything away from them. Aguila and Adili are incredible athletes, and the fact that they picked up the victory, of course, scandalous as ever, surprising to nobody, but picking up the victory against them is very great, and it may catapult them to bigger things on the main wXw roster.
Yep. Absolutely. Actually, you know what? Maybe I need to. I'm just looking at Jacob Crane's win-loss record, and for the longest time, he pretty much lost everything. But in recent months, actually, he has turned this around. He's scored up a couple of successive victories now.
He's picked up a victory over, I believe, Nick Schreier, over Anil Marek, and now over Feyyaz and Adili. Who knows? Perhaps he's finally starting to put the pieces together. Is Jacob Crane, and I shudder at the idea, but who knows? Maybe we'll one day see Jacob Crane actually picking up more than just one victory at a time at wXw.
Potentially, yeah. As Andrew Moore says, still not quite a perfect record. Yep, it's far from perfect.
And hold on, I mean, also beating Levandel. That is the 7 asterisks on the side.
Yeah, I mean, Dan, you're supposed to be a journalist. You know better than this. That was under, to call it dubious circumstances would be a massive understatement. It's not like he beat him alone. It took Norman Harris and the Boricua boys. It took 3 additional people to help Crane defeat Levandel in that contest. So let's not pretend like that's a legitimate win by any means. Please, Dan, we expect better of you, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, a win is a win, but there are certain asterisks that come along with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we've seen everything now from the wXw Wrestling Academy show, the biggest wXw Wrestling Academy show ever. What do you think, ladies and gents? Are you impressed by what you see coming out of the wXw Wrestling Academy? Who do you want to see more of? Would you like to see more Wrestling Academy shows? Tell us in the comments. We would love to hear from you and hear your thoughts on all of the incredible wrestlers that, we've been sharing with you here on our YouTube channel these last few weeks.
Yeah, we're definitely, and as we said, we're happy to welcome you all on the 18th, right after Drive of Champions for Fight Forever at the wXw Academy. I know for a fact that Beta is going to be there, so excited to see you at the Academy as well.
Awesome.
Hopefully you're going to be there for Drive of Champions as well. And, since it's there already, the big festival coming up in September.
Yes. Absolutely. World Tag Team Festival. I don't believe we've actually had any new announcements for Tag Festival since we last streamed. I'm just seeing if I can check now. But yeah, nothing that I actually recall. I think the last news that we had was the team of Maggot and Psycho Mike entering World Tag Team Festival. I don't know what to expect.
Could we potentially? I mean, to be honest, we did see Jacob Crane and Hunyadi Tamas pick up a very impressive victory here tonight. So maybe, who knows? Maybe Jacob Crane and Hunyadi Tamas could be inserted into the tournament, perhaps in the same block as Psycho Mike and Maggot. So we can.
I like the way you think here.
That would be interesting. Right? Jacob Crane is here. He said haters are going to hate. Would you like to face Psycho Mike again, Jacob? 17 times, I believe it was. 17 body slams at 16 karat gold.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So the only extra announcement I can see that was made after last week was Calypso is going to be a part of Femme Fatale in September, joining as Andrew Moore just mentioned, Charlie Morgan, and others. That's going to be a really exciting tournament. I'm really looking forward to that. Femme Fatale, always a very special part of our Autumn Festival, so don't miss that. But much closer to us coming up this weekend, as we've already spoke about, Drive of Champions and the Fight Forever taping. I can't wait. It's going to be an exciting weekend.
I'm so excited. It's also, as I see there, a shame that Sebastian's not going to be there for Drive of Champions because he's going to be at a wedding. But you know what? I think we might be able to pull some strings and have the wedding reception somewhere at the wXw Academy, so you could have the best of both worlds. How about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People getting married at the Wrestling Academy for Fight Forever.
No wrestling weddings, please. Please, let's not go there.
Oh wow, come on! It's not like we've had a really bad record with those. But jokes aside, I'm super excited for Drive of Champions. So many incredible matches, and matches that are going to have a lot of ripples coming up for future events as well. As we mentioned, Tristan Archer versus Tihani. Losing to Archer for Tihani could be a huge momentum, to take his momentum really off coming up against Axel Tischer later on. And for Archer, of course, stringing up a couple victories against Maggot and Baby Allison, he'll want to continue that and return to the Unified World Wrestling Championship conversation. And, without a doubt, I don't know if we mentioned it, but four-way dance, Aigle Blanc, Maggot, Baby Allison, and Mitehan at Drive of Champions, with the winner of the match getting the number 30 spot in Shortcut to the Top. However, that's not it. The caveat, whoever gets pinned in that match is the number 1 entry. So, obviously, winning a very big important point of that match, but getting pinned could be way more catastrophic for your career.
Yes. So many variables in that match. I have no idea what way that's gonna go. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be crazy fun, and a match we've spoken about a lot already. The main event, Shigehiro Irie versus Mike DiVecchio. It's gonna be a true horse battle.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some big boy wrestling.
I said it a million times. Should I say it again? I will. Big, meaty men slapping meat. That's what I love to see, and I'm so excited for that main event. You guys have no idea.
Yep. Well, I guess we better start wrapping things up. So because of everything happening next weekend, there will be no stream next week. But ladies and gents, we look forward to seeing as many of you as possible at the events this coming weekend at Drive of Champions in Oberhausen, at Fight Forever in Gelsenkirchen. Mett, any final thoughts, my friend?
Hey, I'm excited to see what happens at Drive of Champions. I'm excited to see who walks out as champions. And, give me that good old wrestling, baby.
Don't think I could have said it better myself. Give us that good old wrestling, and we'll